Hey, welcome to Nexus Kingdom. Today we're going to be talking about the history of Assassin's Creed. Alright, so we're going to jump right into the history, and we're going to start with the human Isu War, and we're going to be focusing on Adam and Eve. So in about 75,000 BC, Adam and Eve are two Isu hybrids who steal a piece of Eden, an apple of Eden, and this sparks a human Isu war. Now, the humans in this were created by the Isu as kind of like a work animal. They designed them to be smaller. They stripped away one of their senses. It would be a sixth sense that these Isu have. It's the eagle vision that you see in all the Assassin's Creed games. And, they were being oppressed and eventually rose above it and started this war with the Isu. The human Isu hybrids are the ancestors of the hidden ones, and they kind of are like the captains in this war, using these pieces of Eden along with other humans to overthrow kind of the government of the Isu and the oppression that they're subjected to. They had the ability to get in close to the Isu and take them out, and this was very detrimental to the Isu, being as their reproductive cycle wasn't as short as the humans are 9 months. So when they lose someone, it's very detrimental to their society. So I think that would be a pretty cool game for Assassin's Creed, take it all the way back to the human Isu war, being one of the captains in this war and going in and taking out different Isu leaders as part of the war and trying to combat this. But more on that in another episode. But this eventually leads to the downfall of both races and almost the extinction of both races, and up to the cataclysmic event that eventually wiped out the Isu. But the humans persisted. Moving on, so we want to focus now to where the hidden ones, or the assassins, really got organized. And this came after the organization of the Order of the Ancients, who would then go on to be the Templars, the Templar Order. And these guys had a few goals in mind. It was gaining power to control the masses, finding those pieces of Eden, which include like apples of Eden, shrouds of Eden, different objects of kind of power that they would use to control people, and really getting rid of those Isu human hybrids. Alright, you see that in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where they go and they hunt you down and try and disrupt that bloodline of you and your family. That's the first DLC in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And that leads us into Assassin's Creed Origins, where we find Bayek and his wife Aya, and their son being killed by this Order of the Ancients. And they eventually rise up and take control and off these members in Egypt and eventually in Rome, culminating with the assassination of Julius Caesar. So why did the hidden ones evolve into the Assassin Brotherhood? Well, it was in response to the Order of the Ancients becoming the Templars. They became more public face, more transparent about what they were trying to do. Not fully transparent, mind you, as they were trying to, take over the world and control people. But they became a more public face, and so the assassins rose up to meet them. And that actually took place about 100 years before the very first Assassin's Creed game, where we play as Altair. The Templars being this invading force from Western Europe, and the Assassin Brotherhood, just trying to defend the peace, defend their homeland. And the rise of the Assassin Brotherhood actually gained way to the Assassin's Creed, which there are 3 tenets in the Assassin's Creed. Stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent. Hide in plain sight. Be one with the crowd. And never compromise the Brotherhood. And that is the history of Assassin's Creed. Just a brief overview of a few points. And now I'd like to talk about some things happening in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, since it's our most modern game that we have right now. So by the time this video comes out, we're actually going to be into river raids. Woohoo! So I have this quote directly from Ubisoft, and it's just, this is all we got from them. Prepare your Jomsviking crew for this new, highly replayable mode that will take you to unexplored regions of England, which is full of raiding opportunities. New loot, rewards, and challenges await the Raven Clan. So, what I like most about this is that it will take you to unexplored regions of England. So we're either going north or we're going more west. And that's going to be really interesting to see if we go into Wales or if we go into Scotland, and what kind of things we get, how challenging it will be. But I guarantee it's going to be one heck of a ride. Alright, that wraps up our video about Assassin's Creed history. Subscribe and like for more Assassin's Creed content, and we're going to be coming at you on Friday with some River Raids content, so look forward to that gameplay. Thanks for joining the kingdom, and we'll see you next time.